So hey, my name is Ollie and I've just filmed another vlog of me going out and taking photos. Now these photos, I'm going to edit them and I'm going to show you my process in this little video here. And well, I thought it might be quite interesting for you to see how I go about it. Now that vlog will either be out already, in which case it'll be linked up here, or it will be out after this video, in which case the link up here will be my previous vlog. And if you're not already, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis. I might do more breakdowns of how I do my photography, how I do the various edits, and I might be going into my videography as well and what I actually do with my job. I think at the moment of uploading I've got 10 subscribers, so small beginnings. Okay, so I'm going to open up Lightroom. So here's Lightroom opened up, and as you can see I've already imported all of my photos from yesterday. Let's go through. We got one here, scroll down to the bottom, and I took 351 photos. I've already starred the ones that I'm going to edit, so go to 5 stars. I've gone through and selected these 38 photos. I'm not going to make you sit and watch all 38. I'm just going to do 1 or 2 and show you how I like to edit them for my Instagram and my style and how I like to do my process. And so I'm going to hit develop. First thing I'm going to do is crop it down ever so slightly. I'm going to hold shift and bring it in so that engine house and that chimney are in the center third. I'm going to hit auto as I normally do, and that brightens it right up. As you can see, it's up the exposure to 0.44. And again, the green looks really, really vivid. But the first thing I like to do is throw on one of my presets here. I'm going to throw on matte because I really like how that looks. I'm going to go to dehaze, and that's going to bring the sky back just a little bit more. And if I wanted to get really technical, I could paint that in, go to this paintbrush here, and then paint the sky. I'm going to take that exposure back down to 0 because I don't want to add any exposure there, but I am going to dehaze it a little bit more down, and I'm going to bring it to about here. Maybe bring the highlights down a little bit further in this and boost the contrast, and that gives me a little bit of a nicer sky. There's more going on there, there's more reason to have it in the shot. I'm going to click on the brush, that takes me back to normal. I'm actually going to take the saturation down at the top because I want to give the sense of this being a bleak, lonely place. I know the sky doesn't give that too much, but we can go into our saturation color and we're going to bring the sky down a little bit with the blues there. There we go. That's a little more in keeping. I'm also going to bring the saturation down of the green and change those greens slightly in the hue slider to be a little more yellow. There we go. That's looking a little more bleak, how I like it. Luminance, I'm going to make the greens pop just a little bit now that they've been kind of corrected. Take that blue down a little bit more. And then I'm going to play around with some of the sliders just to see the various different elements that they might affect. Now, of course, they have their color coordination, but in the photo, what I see is a bit different to what the actual computer sees. So it's always good to kind of play around with the sliders and just make sure what you want to edit is on one of those. I might also play around with the crop once again, just bringing it down a little bit more and just making more of that wheelhouse in the center there. Let's have it the top of that chimney on that third line there. Hit enter and there we go. And actually I'm pretty happy with that. If you were to crop that for Instagram or something like that about Cornish mines, that would be great. But again, my main focus of this trip was not to get the wheelhouses or anything like that. It was to get the weird alien looking landscape. So let's go to one of those photos now. I'm on the view mode, I want grid. And let's just have a quick look through some of these photos, and I'll pick 1 or 2 that we can edit, and then we'll start speeding up the edit.
You were just what I needed. That's what everyone said. So I wanted to meet you.
Okay, so I've made it through all of those photos now, and well, I'm pleased with a few of them. I'm going to export the ones that I like the most, and then those are going to make it into the vlog. It's taken about, I don't know, about an hour to go through all those photos now. Now, it's important to note as well that if you're watching this and you're thinking, what the hell are you doing? Like, that's not how you use Lightroom. Well, I'm self-taught. Of course, I used it at uni, but I've had no formal training in how to use it. I'm sure photographers out there are going to be screaming at me like, no, that's not how you do it. No, that's not what's supposed to happen. Well, that's how I do it. And frankly, if there's a better way, I don't know about it. And feel free to tell me in the comments. Of course, if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm going to go make myself a much deserved cup of coffee, because I was going to make one before I started this, but then got into it and didn't get around to it. So I am in desperate need of some wake up juice, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Yes, it is freeze dried.